Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Made Ann.
And I'm Andre.
And today we're going to be sharing with you guys a topic on something hot that never goes away in a marriage. It comes and you got to know how to deal with it.
And that is confrontations.
And that is confrontation with them.
And on this video, we'll be telling you how to fix it, how to deal with it, and how to discipline yourself to make it work.
We're going to give you our point of view, because everyone have their own opinion, but we're going to give you our point of view on how it has helped us in our marriage. First of all, confrontation, it happens. We don't want it to happen at all times, but it happens.
But I believe that when it does happen, it's a growth in your marriage because you're learning that person.
Right. You got to know how to deal with each other respectfully and knowing how to discipline our words, what we say, knowing how to be mindful, not hurtful.
And see, in a lot of times when we do this, it's all because of how we talk to each other. And the way we talk to each other and how we talk to each other. And a lot of times it's disrespectful because our emotions, they run high and we tend to say things that we shouldn't say.
Right. And you always say it's the way you talk to a person. Don't talk at me, talk to me.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
we have to really be careful of what we say and how we say, guys.
And we're not dealing with just yourself. We're dealing with each other in this matter here because of the fact that we're married and we're living together. And I believe that when you take this responsibility on yourself, you'll be more like thinking selfishly, saying that, hey, I'm not worried about that person. I'm not worried about their feelings here. But it does, in the end, it will lead into a conflict.
Yes, because if you're married, you got to be concerned about the other one, how they feel. Because it's no more just you. It's two people you're dealing with. So you got to allow yourself to be able to listen to the other person, and not be so quick to speak. Because my husband, he speak about this all the time. He said the Bible say,
be quick to listen and slow to speak.
Slow to speak, because sometimes when we listen, we can hear people' point of views and not jump to conclusions or go off the end of the stick where it may be to the point of not irreparable. So we have to be careful, guys, how we handle things.
A lot of times when we discipline ourselves, it allows us to have that pathway toward each other because of the fact that we're considering their feelings. And when we consider someone else's feeling, that means that we're understanding, we're open, and we want to relate to them to get to exactly what the point is and what's going on with it.
Right. Because, guys, this mouth, it can get us in a lot of trouble. You can say things you don't mean. You can say things that you, because of anger, you can say things. But, once you get those words out there, they can't be retracted. You can say, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But sometimes, guys, when we say things and we get it out there, it's still hurtful. You can come back and say, I'm sorry. But, it's just sometimes you just have to not be so fast to speak just because you say, I feel this way at the time. Because a lot of times when you calm down or cool off, those words you won't even be thinking about those words to say. So, sometimes we have to cool off, go to the room, take a drive, go somewhere and cool off, because words can be painful and they can scar. So we don't, to make a marriage work, you have to be careful with this mouth.
And a lot of times that we look at each other and we ask the question. I asked myself the question, and I want to you do the same thing. Is there any way that a confrontation can be avoided by any means, from your perspective?
Yes, a confrontation can be avoided if we sometimes we may have an argument, and well, before our argument begins, it's because we disagree. And if we disagree, and before we speak on a situation, if you get heated, sometimes you got to back away from it. Because you ever heard the saying of choose your battles? Choose your battles. So some things, it can be small, and it ain't even worth to put the confrontation.
Yeah, and a lot of times that me personally, I don't like confrontation because of the fact that things I choose to walk away from it simply because of the fact that I have to clear my head, and then um, I have said things out the way before, whether it's raise my voice or, just didn't sound right. I mean, I'm just speaking of me, what I've done, and when I cool off or when I walk away or go somewhere or whatever to relax myself, then I find myself, and then I come back with a clear head, and then okay, now it's time to talk. Although that my wife usually starts this confrontation a lot of times, but she called it teasing, but I call it aggravation. But a lot of times though, things can be avoided if we think.
Yes, but but in marriage, just be slow to speak and quick to listen, and so you won't have say things we don't mean, and don't
But
mean.
I think too that confrontation also, the Bible say it's the way to do all things. That means do it the right way. And I believe that if you respect each other, respect goes a long way in a marriage.
Of course, respect, and because this is the person we say we love, and the person that you don't want to hurt the person you love. So sometimes you gonna have disagreements, but you got to know how to have disagreements where it's healthy for the relationship. Knowing what type of words to use and what to say, because when you upset, you just can't say words just because you upset, and I'm angry, and it justifies for you to say it. No,
Right,
because
right,
it hurts the other person.
right.
You got to know how to have uh, successful arguments, and knowing how to deal with each other, and knowing when to say you to call it quits. Just walk away, and all the times you're not going to be right, and all the times you're not going to be right all the time. You
And you
just
have
got to hear the other person what perspective on it.
and you have to think before you leap. I mean, because sometimes we tend to get ahead of ourselves and we just react to what went on, not knowing what went on.
Right, so you have to just be careful, because it can hurt your marriage,
It can ruin a marriage.
and things you say, so we have to be very careful. And confrontation, when we have confrontations, and when confrontation happen, and we or arguments or disagreements, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just knowing how to be healthy about it in the relationship. Yes, being healthy about it in the relationship. What you think,
And,
babe?
and I really believe it. I honestly believe it because, like we say, that we've been married a pretty long time, and to be honest with you, some things don't go as planned, but yeah, that's the human part of it because it's still a growth, but yet it's not like it was a few years ago because we understand each other and we learn to put each other and to come as one.
Right, because over time, and when you in the beginning of your marriage, you can be just beginning a marriage. Just know that be careful what you say to each other, because this is a person you love, and respect each other. Respect each other, because again, this is the person we love.
And then love has a multitude of faults.
It does.
I mean, it doesn't criticize. I mean, it just shows compassion. Love is the base, the foundation. We're getting to build things on what you need to get to as far as that next level of your life in marriage, because marriage is beautiful, but these things here are part of growing.
Yeah, this particular topic can hinder, but just knowing how to deal with it when it approaches, knowing how to deal with it. Because hey, when we got married, this is the person you love, so this is the person you want to be with for eternity. This is the person that hey, you saying you want to keep the romance going and you want to keep y'all being best friends. You got to know how to do it healthy, in a healthy way, positive way.
In a positive way, and just knowing, you know, when to walk away. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the best advice I can give you. Knowing when to walk away when it's heated, when you're aggravated, you may be had a bad day at work and you bring it home, work to home, and everything just combined itself like in a pot, and then all of a sudden it explodes, and you're part of that.
Right, you're part of it. So you got to know how to give each other space when you see that each of one or another may be, might not be having a great day. Sometimes you got to say, well, back off and let them cool off a little bit, and not, sometimes you might not just want to talk at the particular time. But learning each other, it helps you to find your niche with each other. It helps you find
And
your
then,
niche.
like I say, that if you can admit that you're wrong
Yeah.
about certain things, you admit that you're wrong and say, honey, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I'm sorry the way I talked at you instead of to you, then you see the walls start coming down, because here's the thing we're trying to prevent the walls from developing. And if you say that I'm sorry and you mean it from your heart and say, and I apologize for what I did here, you can start over and you go from there.
Right. So you got to be able to apologize and accept it, and but sometimes you have to. When you cool off at the time you cool off, then you have your little conversation, what's bothering you or what's bothering the other person, and then you'll be more your mind will be more being able to handle what's coming to you. You know how to you be settled in a sense, and yeah, and just do whatever you have to do.
And when you're open with each other, just try to understand about what's going on. And when you have that understanding towards them, listen to them.
Yes,
Listen to them, and feel what they're saying, because whatever it is bothering them because of the fact that you didn't receive it and they rejected it. I mean, it's a lot of things that you can throw in the fire and it will continue to burn if you let it burn. But someone have to extinguish that fire.
Right. If someone has to do it, that's right. So guys,
So I'm the fireman. I have to extinguish that fire.
he that's right. Someone is in a marriage is not always 100, 150, 50. I don't know what 20, 80. But it's always someone has to be the bigger person. It's going to always be someone that say, well, I have to do it more. Yes, you might be that person. But to make it work, sometimes you have to do a little bit more.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's right. We have to do what we have to do.
That's it. Because
to make it work.
if love is if that that it's good and it's sounded and it's founded like you need to be, don't worry about it. Love gonna take care of it all.
That's right.
Because love gonna make you stay there when you don't want to.
Right, love, and yeah, that's right. But you want to stay there in love.
That's why I'm
just,
still here.
Not
love.
Well, see, I hope you in love.
Oh no! I'm totally in love with you.
Yeah, but
28 years. That's a long love time. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, but yeah, but we hope this video has helped someone. It's just the beginning, our little point of view of confrontations. But guys, just know to guard your mouth what you say, and because the person you love, you don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, and like I say, I can't say enough, about your mouth, about you opening up and listening and understanding, and you develop all this together. I mean, if this is a way that it can make you out of a better person or your spouse out of a better person, then why not? If it's right, take it.
That's right. If it's right, take it. Do whatever it takes to make things better for the both of you.
And my wife she always say that if it ain't done right, it won't be right. Make it right.
That's right. So guys, if you like this video, we want you to come back, thumbs it up, comment below, scroll that page up and comment us and tell us something. Make a statement if you like what this video is about. Or if you have a question you want to ask, come back and put it in the comment, place it in the comments below. And and this journey of ours is just started. So maybe we'll be able to help some of you guys out there that may be going through in the beginning of a marriage, middle of a marriage, wherever you may be. But we're here to help each other. So
That's
if
right.
you can tell us some things that may enlighten us, because hey, we all still can learn.
That's right.
We all can still learn some things.
Exactly.
So hey, if you like it, like I say, thumbs it up, comment, share it with someone that may need to see this video. And guys, if you like the content that we're putting out, won't you just subscribe to our channel? Maybe we can learn, teach you a little something, and you can teach us a little something, and we can grow together.
I'm open.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. And we'll see you next time. How about that, babe?
I love it.
Okay. Bye.
All right.